It's time for another bi-weekly news roundup into the world of Tesla, and I'm here to try and cut through some of the noise and bring you the stories that you may or may not want to know about. Today, Elon Musk says Tesla might consider adding Apple's AirPlay protocol to its car audio systems, but still seems unlikely to go the whole hog and add CarPlay. Tesla slashes the value of its solar roof referral program. Missing parts mean that some Tesla deliveries get delayed as the parts crisis continues to bite. Tesla employees are told to come back to working full-time at the office or get fired. Elon Musk says Tesla will have self-driving cars without the need for humans this time next year, and much more. But first, it's time in the video where we talk about our need for speed. Or rather, for you to be a maverick, and click on the subscribe button and bash the notification bell. And we promise to take your breath away with the latest in cleaner, greener, safer and smarter news from the world of clean cars and green energy. And if you'd like to help us reach new heights, stick around until the end and I'll tell you how. There are plenty of things that influence people's choice to go with a Tesla electric car over an electric car from a rival brand. Tesla's alternative approach to sales and service, its over-the-air software update system, the promise of full self-driving, and Tesla's supercharger network are just 4 of them. But Tesla's ability to interface with your mobile phone in-car is certainly not one of them. While Tesla's in-car infotainment system offers its own take on media streaming and GPS, you've never been able to natively connect Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to a Tesla, at least not without a crafty workaround. And adding Android Auto and CarPlay functionality is a fairly regularly requested feature. Elon Musk is famously anti-Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, partly I think because both systems require automakers to license their functionality before including them in a product. But this week, Elon Musk seemed to show some interest in adding another common Apple streaming setup to Tesla, AirPlay. Used traditionally to stream music or audio from your computer, tablet or smartphone to speakers in your home, Musk was asked by a customer if Apple's lossless streaming technology could be added to Tesla's to improve the audio quality of what now is just being handled by a regular Bluetooth connection. Musk's response indicates that maybe, just maybe, it might happen. Tesla's referral program has long been part of Tesla's unique marketing strategy, one that doesn't rely on traditional advertisements, but rather word of mouth from satisfied customers to get new leads. And over the course of its time offering the referral program, Tesla has offered existing customers everything from the chance to get a brand new car to free supercharging and even a Tesla Powerwall for referring new customers to the brand. Tesla ended most of its referral programs some time ago, leaving just a referral program intact for solar roofs. But this week, Tesla quietly changed just how much it will offer customers for referring new people to the product, signaling perhaps that the solar roof referral program will also be ending soon. Previously, solar roof customers were given $500 for every referred install completed, but now that's been slashed to $300 for every referred solar roof or solar panel install. We'd suspect the program will be gone by the end of the year, but hey, we might be wrong. The ongoing automotive parts shortage that started with COVID-19 and is still causing massive headaches for large and small companies alike is making its presence felt at pretty much every automaker around the world, including Tesla. And this week, we learned that Tesla has been forced to delay deliveries of Model 3 and Y vehicles due to a lack of charging port electronic control units. So far, it appears a handful of cars have been delayed, with the issue first presenting itself in mid-April. Customers who've received VIN numbers for their new cars are being told they can't get them until the missing part is added. So far, Tesla appears to be shipping incomplete cars to local service centres where they will await the missing part before then being ready for delivery. Honestly though, it's not surprising that this parts thing is hitting Tesla, despite Tesla's best efforts, as it's now so widespread that most automakers are feeling the pinch. Because vehicles are being shipped to service centres though, expect there to be some knock-on effects as service staff appear to be expected to pick up the slack and fit missing parts to new vehicles as well as repair existing customers' cars. Working from home has become something of a perk in the age of COVID. In fact, this channel used to have an office in downtown Hillsboro, Oregon, before the pandemic, and now we're all remote, with the exception of Michael behind the camera, who has to be on site to film and edit video. And for many businesses who discovered that internet connections are now good enough to facilitate work from home, they have plans to never go back to in-person offices. But Elon Musk has just told employees at Tesla that working from home isn't on the table. In a series of emails to employees yesterday, Musk said, quote, "Anyone who wishes to do remote work must be in the office for a minimum, and I mean minimum, of 40 hours per week, or depart Tesla," end quote. He added that the requirement was less than Tesla asks of its factory staff. While Musk said that he would consider exceptions, he also said that those exceptions would need to be approved personally by himself. Interestingly, Musk also reiterates that office means a main Tesla office, not a quote-unquote remote branch office. Digging at companies that are going remote for their work, Musk added, quote, "When was the last time they shipped a great new product? It's been a while," end quote. Given that COVID-19 is still very much about and causing problems in the general population, especially among the vulnerable, and cases are on the rise, I'm curious to see how this all shapes out. But then I guess we're just going to not ship great videos here at the channel because we're staying remote when possible. As Jalopnik has noted several times, Elon Musk has been promising self-driving robotaxis now for about a decade, and regardless of it being Tesla Autopilot, full self-driving, or indeed Tesla's recently announced robotaxis, Musk has continually punted the ball down the road as to when we'll actually see completely autonomous cars on the road with a Tesla badge. Last time we did this show, we noted that Elon Musk had changed the previous goal of having fully autonomous Teslas on the roads by the end of this year, changing instead to a goal of 1 million cars running FSD beta. But just over a week ago, while visiting President Bolsonaro in Brazil, Musk confidently told reporters there that Tesla would have self-driving cars on the road without the need of human supervision around this time next year. It's not clear if Elon Musk was talking at a country-specific level. After all, I guess some countries would be easier to implement this than in others due to regulations or lack thereof, or indeed if it was a global thing. But it's quickly getting to the point where Elon Musk's autonomous driving predictions are becoming a bit of an albatross around Tesla's neck. It'd be perhaps more advantageous if Tesla holds off on making future predictions until it has legislative sign-off and a program ready to go live. What do you think? Tesla has long been at the forefront of massive casting machines from which it makes entire vehicle subassemblies. At Giga Austin in Texas, for example, massive presses are used to make entire front and rear ends for Model Y, replacing hundreds of components with just 2. Now Tesla is readying itself to begin testing a new 9,000-pound Giga press that will become the world's largest hydraulic press. It will be used to construct the stainless steel exoskeleton of the Tesla Cybertruck. This not only means that Tesla will remain at the forefront of casting technology, but indicates that Tesla is ramping up its pre-production process for Cybertruck, something that's got to be good news for those who've been patiently waiting for their futuristic pickup for a few years. Tesla has joined other automakers and several environmental groups in lobbying the US federal government to earmark at least 10% of the $7.5 billion set aside for EV charging in last year's Infrastructure Act, specifically for charging infrastructure for medium and heavy-duty electric vehicles, or MHDV for short, aka electric big rigs. Given how massive the trucking industry is right now, as well as how much money is currently being ploughed in to fuel the transport industry as the price rises at the pumps, this seems like an absolute no-brainer. But we'd also suggest that the funds set aside for charging EVs is just a tiny proportion of the money that's really required to make a dramatic change to how we travel in the US. And of course, just a fraction of the money that Elon Musk is preparing to spend to buy Twitter, so cryptocurrency is anything but green, with massive server farms required these days to mint new currency and process existing transactions. That said, to be fair, the regular financial system also uses massive server farms and massive amounts of energy to process regular transactions. You know, like paying for things with your credit card or your smartphone. Anyway, this week Tesla made good on its plan to try and make cryptocurrency greener by delivering 4 megapacks to a Texas Bitcoin mining facility that it will use to store energy generated by a massive 3.8 megawatt solar farm attached to the server farm. This will make the Blockstream Texas facility one of the world's greenest cryptocurrency facilities. As China ends its month-long COVID lockdown and people cautiously return to work, workers at Tesla's Giga Shanghai plant can soon look forward to heading home again. They've been working and sleeping on location during the lockdown in order to quarantine without fully requiring Tesla's facility to shut down. Despite a large workforce working in lockdown at the facility, Tesla's Giga Shanghai output has been impacted, with production volumes lower during the lockdown than they were before it. Now Tesla is producing about 70% of its pre-lockdown level for Giga Shanghai as the company adds a second shift. This gives Tesla about a month to fully ramp production back up before the end of the quarter, so I suspect by the end of this quarter, Giga Shanghai will have made up some significant efforts to catch up and maybe even exceed production volumes from Q1. The US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA for short, has begun an investigation into the highly publicised recent fire involving a Model 3 in California which seemed to spontaneously catch fire. We've already covered this on the channel and noted in that case the fire appeared to start inside the car, not beneath it, which might indicate a non-traction battery cause. But this week, we learned that NHTSA is also requesting information from Tesla about a similar fire involving a Tesla Model Y that took place in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. The agency simply states that it is, quote, aware of the incident and has reached out to the manufacturer for information, end quote. Of course, when we have more news on this story, we'll share. That's it for today's Tesla News Roundup. I hope you enjoyed it, and let us know below if you'd like us to continue doing these. We've noticed that these videos aren't as popular as we thought they'd be, so if you'd prefer we use our energy to do something else instead every 2 weeks, let us know. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to leave your thoughts below or in our free to join Discord chat room. There is a link in the video description. And if you really liked today's video, why not leave us a super thanks? It is easy to do and everything you send goes towards helping us make great content. If you want a more generalised news roundup in the world of cleaner, greener, safer and smarter vehicles, including news that isn't about Tesla, check out our News Roundup show every weekend. And don't forget that we produce videos every single day on this network for you to enjoy, ranging from deep dives and features to tutorials, unboxings, reviews, and yes, sometimes even some FUD busting. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and our other channel, Transport Evolved Take 2, and give the bell a ring to make sure you're told when our next video goes live. Oh, and don't forget to fill out our annual viewer survey. It'll take about 20 minutes, but your answers really will help us better represent our audience to sponsors and partners of the channel, as well as make sure that we make content that better meets your needs. Thanks on behalf of the entire TE crew go out to the folks on my right for being our $15 to $49 a month supporters. Special thanks to our $50 a month supporters, Chris Maxwell, Pedro Muir Pinheiro, Patrick Boyarski, Bennett Elder, Brian Newton, Dave Kitchen, Michael Goad, Ricky Leon, Andrew Martin, Guido Trahota, Brophy Wolf, Tesla in the Gong, Gordon C., Stephen O'Donoghue, Carl Hodgson, Anthony Coates, Regine Fellows, Rory Litwin, Jim Burness, Chris Centaur, Chris and Michael Johnson, Peter Dillinger and Denny Hyde, and our deepest gratitude to our top tier supporters: Anonymous Freak, Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, Joe Bresney, Reed R, JP Fagerback, Russ, Will Graylin, Matthew Drobnak, John Lyons, Christopher Lee Jones, Andrew Glenn, Paul Conway, Laura Reynolds, Ellery Hensley, and Ian. If you'd like to be part of that amazing and growing list, you can join Patreon at the link below, hit the join button to support us on YouTube, or show us your support by going to Ko-fi or by buying some of our new cool swag from our swag store, including our just released today Pride 2022 t-shirts. And if you're unable to support us financially, just know that watching the video and sharing it really makes a difference. Thanks for joining me, and as always, keep evolving.